What is your name? Where are you from? And what's your major?
My name's Indraneil Massey. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I'm a major in political science.
Hi, I'm Rachel Obey. I'm from Rockland County, New York, and my major is nursing.
Hey, I'm Jermon Clark. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. My major was human health and integrated visual arts.
My name is Ayusa Shrestha. I was originally born and raised in Tokyo, and then I moved to the United States at the age of 9. So I currently live in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where I'm from. And I'm in NBB and poli-sci double major.
My name is Mild. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, and I did my Bachelor of Business Admin at Goizueta at Emory, and now I am a master student in Business Analytics at Goizueta.
My name is Eugene Park. I'm from Irvine, California, and my major is a BBA with a concentration in marketing and consulting.
Hi, my name is Bryce Bensick. I'm studying organization and management for my BBA, and I'm from Killingly, Connecticut.
My name is Matthew Barrett. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. My major is human health.
My name is Lennox Rodriguez. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, and my major is nursing.
My name is Julio Ceballos. I'm a double major, economics, African American studies, and I'm from the Bronx, New York.
Describe your experience at Emory with 3 words.
Access, monopoly, and maybe contradiction.
At 3 words, I would say fun, community, and diversity.
Freedom, grief, boundaries.
My experience at Emory has been educational, thought-provoking, and adventurous.
My experience at Emory has been a challenge, it's been a privilege, and it's been an experiment.
Tough, eye-opening, and interest-piquing.
Opportunistic, stressful, and challenging.
Say my experience at Emory in 3 words would be challenging, enriching, and transformative.
Lots of changes.
Educational experience, a vibrant experience, and a life-changing experience.
Why did those 3 words come to mind?
Well, I feel like Emory, as with many schools of its caliber, gives a pathway to a really sort of, I think it's kind of clear, a sort of higher level of professional life in a lot of fields than is, something you're exposed to before you go to university. At the same time, then, it's a pretty small number of institutions that offer that kind of access. And then on top of that, once you are committed to go to a school, then it really costs a lot to not get your degree from that university.
Freedom, because just like a lot of other people, you're found with this abundant freedom that you've never had before, and that can lead to a lot of beautiful things and a lot of scary things as well.
College can be a time of growth and personal development, which is enriching. College can also be challenging, both academically and socially, as students are pushed out of their comfort zones and they must adapt to new environments and more responsibilities.
Those 3 words come to mind because I think my Emory experience was framed from an Oxford experience. Since I started my college at Oxford, I was able to meet a lot of people, a lot of friends, and I was able to form, very different friend groups. And sometimes when I look back, I see that, a lot of my friends are from very different backgrounds, and, you are who you are, and then at Oxford, especially at Emory, you can find, different groups that you get along with, you get involved. Emory has a very good kind of like leadership experience, different clubs that you can get involved in, and that's how I meet a lot of my friends.
Thinking about all the past situations and past experiences I had at Emory, it just led up to those words. I've had good adventures, I've had bad adventures. I learned a lot along the way. I learned a lot about myself, about other people. So that's why those words came up.
And I would say college can be transformative as you must find your identities and lay the foundation for your future careers and lives.
Yeah, sure. I definitely experienced a big culture shock coming to Emory. Just like even in the rigor, but as even like beyond that, I feel like the amount of people that I met and the different types of people I met was really essential to my growth.
So once Emory kind of has you, then it has you, and I feel as though there's a lot of liberty taken with the student body that Emory feels free to take because they know that students don't really have another option.
I mean, it's a difficult school and a difficult program, especially at Goizueta, and it requires a lot of work. It's been a privilege because even though I've put in the work to be here and I've paid my dues, it's not everyone who is as smart as me and as willing to work as me who gets this opportunity, and I have a lot of resources here for myself.
Grief because throughout my time here, I've lost some people that I've loved, and I've lost situations that I wish I could have been a part of. The pandemic really was a huge symbol of grief for me, and just trying to navigate that, figure out how to cope. Yeah, it was really difficult, but it really tested my strengths and my weaknesses and really pushed me to the limit.
I think that like Emory was not the college experience I was expecting at all. And also like we went through college through our COVID years, so we were constantly used to change, and the only thing I expected was the unexpected.
I would say opportunistic because I feel grateful to be at Emory, especially being a nursing major. Emory is ranked number 2 or 3, I believe. I think 2 in nursing and like the BSN programs in the US. So I'm very grateful to be here. I feel like Emory has a lot of opportunity, not just for nursing students, but in general.
Also expecting a completely different like person from how it was like when I went into college. Yeah, also like we were at Oxford and then we came here. We did all of that transitionary stuff while COVID was all going on. And so a lot of like, we were always in a transitionary state in college, which is why I feel like, Emory was full of change, and both in good and bad ways.
And boundaries, because that's something that going into college I didn't really have. I feel like I was working to the bone for other people and really a little too open to a lot of things. But throughout my time in college, I've done a good job of being realistic with myself and with other people about what I can and cannot do.
And mostly it's been an experiment of all sorts. I came here trying to be an open slate and kind of flirt with the idea of being a different political affiliation, being a different person in terms of my philosophy and ethics and what I believe and how I feel about the world and the impact that I'm going to have. So it's experiment in all sense of who I am and who I will be.
Mostly because I feel like the time here, even if it wasn't the happiest nor the saddest, it definitely was the most life-changing and educational for me to grow as a human being and person.
Reflecting on your time at Emory, what has been your fondest memory here?
My fondest memory? I feel like probably within the integrative visual arts major, we have our capstone, and I feel like my project was very community oriented, which I feel like for me was big, but I feel like it was also big for like the other students who were able to participate.
Riding bikes at Oxford, that was fire. There's nothing like it.
I don't really have a specific memory that I'll say is my best, but I feel like every time I was able to go play basketball on my off days, on days that were hard or good, I feel like that, like I don't play for the basketball club or team, but just playing basketball was really something that I enjoyed here.
Because you could just go wherever you wanted, and you could ride wherever you wanted, the streets are open for you to ride.
I think my fondest memory at Emory is, might be cliche, but definitely meeting my girlfriend who might end up being the love of my life. It's early to tell, but we're celebrating 3 years of love soon, and all my fondest memories are with her, about her, and around her.
Okay, this is gonna sound a little silly. I think that I was able to create like a tradition with my friends where we would watch Drag Race together every week. And we would have drag night and we would play drag bingo, like following what was happening within each episode. And it was a drinking game. And we would just like hang out afterwards. And it was like, because it was a weekly thing, it was a great way to make sure you always saw friends no matter what, and like be able to like recap and catch up with each other. I have a lot of other fond memories, but I think like that's probably gonna stick out to me as like what made my college experience full of like friendship and love.
My fondest memory here would be one of the first week of college, which was when I arrived at Oxford, and also I arrived in a new country from Thailand. I met my mentor, who was my orientation leader. She was there to kind of like greet me. She met my parents, and seeing her kind of like made me a lot more comfortable and feel more welcomed on campus, especially in a new country. And she was also international, so we were able to share our feelings of nervousness and being scared and being excited at the same time on a new campus. And I feel like that made me feel solidified and started off my experience at Emory on a good foot, and then made me want to be more involved and meeting more people and kind of like make new friends on campus.
My fondest memory for building the community was right across my dorm when I moved in. There was a kid with a similar name as mine, Eugene. And so I asked him and his roommate how they were. We bonded a little bit. Then I went over to the Coke Toast. My family was already gone. And so I was sitting alone toasting when the dean had his Coke out. And there was another Eugene that came up and introduced himself to me, as we were also in the same PAL group, and he was interested because we had similar names. Throughout that, we all introduced each other, the different Eugenes, and we kind of just built our group from there.
What advice do you have for the incoming undergraduates here at Emory?
I think the most essential thing would probably be just stay true to yourself. Try to be very introspective about like what you want for your future, but as well as what you want right now. And I think that's important. That's the best advice I got.
I would encourage someone to, not necessarily feel too committed to a single track that they, especially if they decided on it before they ever set foot on their campus. And yeah, to just sort of feel like they have a little bit of freedom to decide things. I mean, undergraduate, what you study doesn't really matter as much as the skills that you get while you're studying there.
I would say, number one, get your time management under control. This took me a while to master. One thing I do now is I have like a planner that I plan out my day, but yeah, if you don't have good time management, I know everyone says that, but it's so true. If you don't have good time management, you're really gonna struggle.
I'm Jermon Clark, class of 2022.
I'm Bryce Bentig, class of 2023.
I am Eugene Park, class of 2023.
My name is Matthew Garrett, class of 2023.
So I'm Julio Ceballos, class of 2023.
I'm Lennox Rodriguez, class of 2023.
I'm Intranil Massey, class of 2023.
I'm Mayo Trakan Sakdikul, BBA 22, MSBA 23.
I'm Rachel Obey, class of 2023, and this is my Emory story.